one more time, and we're moving on. We're moving on after this one more time. I'm not having fun. We're just gonna move on. Hello! My name is Zinzer J. I use they, them pronouns, and welcome to the first official episode of They Be C's.
They Be C's.
In case you missed last week's introduction,
why didn't you watch it?
They Be C's is a weekly web series that strives to make the history and language of the LGBTQ community as relatable, accessible, and gosh darn charming as possible. With that said, this week we are covering... Thank you, little chipmunk. This week we are covering gender. And though it may seem basic for some, gender is going to be a key concept for a lot of the show. So I wanted to make sure we're coming from the same page and starting from a shared foundation. With that said, what the is gender? It's nuanced, it's layered, it's so complex. But we only got 5 minutes, so I'm gonna do my damnedest to give you the gist. In the words of author and queer educator Hardell, gender can be defined as a socially constructed classification system which prescribes a set of culturally expected roles, behaviors, expressions, and characteristics based on the assigned sex of an individual. Let's break that down a bit more. Gender is a social construct, aka an idea that has been created and accepted by the people in a particular society for the purpose of classification or understanding. Merriam-Webster. You might be thinking, now just wait a minute. Now that might be all well and good for you East Coast snowflakes, but a penis is not an idea. You're born with it, whether you like it or not. And you're right, you are born with a penis and or vagina, but gender is not your anatomy. Rather, it is the roles, behaviors, expressions, and characteristics expected of you based off your anatomy. So okay, let's say sex is a constant. One could argue otherwise, but we're only in episode 1, so sex is a constant. And gender is a social construct that ebbs and flows and changes based off society. I know that still sounds pretty liberal arts education sounding, so I'm going to give some other constant construct examples that might lend itself to a more relatable perspective. My dad loves to remind me, nothing in life is free. And for this example, let's say that's true. In broad strokes, we've always had to pay for things. But while payment remains a constant, what's considered currency continues to vary greatly. It can vary based off geography. We have the dollar, the peso, the euro, and the yen. But it can also be based off of time period. Paper money became credit cards became Venmo became Bitcoin. And while some things continue to overlap, some things simply become outdated and we put them to rest. For example, we're no longer paying for a brand new television by bartering with our best coat. Another example I found really helpful was clothing. While the general idea of clothing has remained a constant, what's considered fashion evolves and varies greatly based off of time period, class status, region of the world. And it can do so at a rapid pace, from petticoats and parachute pants, hairspray and Harry Styles. In the last century alone, the social construct of fashion has evolved 1,000 times over. And while gender may be defined as society's expectation of you, it's important to note that you are allowed to break that expectation. Your gender identity is composed of self-understanding and self-perception. It is yours to own and personalize the way you see fit. Cool! Let's put it on a flashcard. Assigned sex is based on our biology, but gender is who we define ourselves to be based on or in contrast of that biology. And there you have it. Kind of. If there are topics you'd love to have covered, please feel free to DM me on Instagram or email me at theybcs@gmail.com. It'll always be anonymous and it'll always be judgment-free. In the meantime, keep it LGBT-key. Ayo!